As for abductions, I have been arrested for nothing really, just for politics. I've been arrested, I've been abducted, I've been tortured, I've stayed in hospital having been beaten badly by people who had no idea what social media is about. I therefore identify when people say that the users of social media should not be subject to arrest, but should be subject to some form of self-regulation. We who come from a media background, we refused state regulation and instead adopted self-regulation. But it was self-regulation by government because we created Media Council that is employed by government and whose budget comes from government. But it is media watching itself. You social media users, it is about time. Forget about me in government. I can assure you, I will always tweet and defend President William Samoei Ruto. Because I work for government. And not only because of that, I believe in what we are doing. I will not go into what you're doing now, but the things that people say don't work, a majority of them work. I've just come, I come from New Mexico, by the way. Yeah? So I've just come from Kirinyaga, so I come from Kirinyaga. So I've just come from there, and the people who have seen me from Christmas at home are telling me my bill was paid. Someone says 20,000 was paid. There's a social today who came over with a cuckoo to say thank you very much for refusing to come to my medical Arambe and telling me to register for SHA. I registered, I had a bill of 45,000, SHA paid 42,000 shillings. So SHA works. It is not guesswork, it's real. It's not me saying, it's people who came to see me. However, that's not my point. My point is, spend a lot of more time. You know, when I went to Sunday school, they told me, you have two choices. To believe in God, therefore if you die and meet him, you're okay. Or you can choose not to believe in God, and when you die and you meet him, you have an explanation to make. The same thing with SHA. What's the big deal? Have SHA, at that point you will make a determination whether it works or not, but register. I have said all those things because I want now to sit down, to encourage, to say that abductions have no place in this administration. The president himself has spoken about that issue today. I hear the challenge that that the government must know where these people are. But Mkunji, to be fair, there were about 15 robberies in Embu yesterday. I know that because I passed by the Embu police station to say hi to a friend of mine who was transferred here. And I asked him what, I was looking at the OB, there were 15 robberies. Those robberies happened even if government is there. Even if you are the MP, you don't know all the robberies that were done. However, after they were done, there is an investigation. So yes, I would not be a denier of maybe kidnappings happened, maybe there was an abduction. Having listened to the TCI, having listened to the president, then the next step is an investigation. And I know I was abducted, and I know you cannot, I know at that point of desperation and the point of abduction, everybody wants results yesterday, not even now. They want to happen. Our person must be produced yesterday. But please give it time. These people will be out. We had a case here 3 months ago where people were somewhere, they had disappeared for 3 months, but they were found alive. And those people, when they were given a microphone to speak later, they spoke of some place where they were hidden. They spoke about some place where they didn't say they were tortured. They said they were not tortured. They said they were not harassed. But they came out alive and their families found them. So I do not have all the answers. But government also, bad things happen in any government. That's why you have prisons. Because some people do bad things. We have just watched a movie about femicide. Some people beat their wives, their girlfriends, and they kill them. Government cannot stop every crime that is happening. But government must investigate and give answers for everything bad that happens to them. So on that, I agree. So, Mheshimiwa, even the issue, I implore and challenge you. The issue of ultimatum on 24 hours are good for pressure. But even when I was kidnapped, you being my best friend did not lead to Mandamano. You simply came to us and looked for me using the police station, and you ensured that I was found. And I thank you very much. You not only looked for me and found me and got me to hospital, you also came to my house. You also gave me some money to be able to do some things. So I thank you very much. I really hope that we can do the same way. During that time, and you and me were technically in opposition. we didn't read Manamano. This is your government. You're elected under the ticket of this government. Don't demonstrate against that. Lead us. Lead all of us, and we will come behind you to go and visit the family, to go and support them, to go and sing with them, to go and worship with them. So that then, to say to government, you must do your bit of investigation. But ultimatums do not necessarily produce the results. I know there was a campaign for villager, where people say they are a villager. I know there was that campaign. Lakini in film, differentiate your art and the politics. Mkunji hapa atachapa siasa yake, mimi nitakuja nichape siasa yangu, Mundiji atachapa siasa yake. In the next election, it doesn't matter how you vote. All of us here will survive. We will be something. Either I will be in the opposition or I will be in government, but I will be somewhere. The film industry cannot go the political way. Clap for the politicians, clap for us, cheer us, but avoid us when it becomes selfish, when it becomes to your art. So don't buy into this villager campaign, because what I saw, we are trying to village the entire story. Please add other places. I'm saying that because, as seen in Nairobi, I have a big office in Nairobi. I can give you that office Saturday and Sunday to shoot your movie. Iko na compound, iko na lake, iko na driveway, iko na maofisi. So if you and I've seen most of your movies around that, you can make one of the offices a bedroom, a house. So actually, when I watch this, other than the road, the nice city background or whatever, I can provide my office for free. And that saves your entire location cost. Now, ukikuja kwa office yangu, I then can provide you with lunch. So lunch cost inatoka. I can then able to provide you with security. So you're able to hire a few things, few props. Kwa sababu utapigia Kenya Cultural Center, niwaambie niko na watu wana shoot, can you provide the following sets? But all that can only be done when you become selfish about your art and trade. Maybe if you know, let's assume tomorrow I'm not in government. I can assure you I will be in opposition and I will be doing very well. When I'm not in opposition, I will be in government. I know how to survive. I have done this for many years. I know exactly where to position myself. Please also position yourself and survive. It is possible to make money from social media. Right now, when the president got into power in 2023, one of the things he did was to negotiate for monetization of social media. Today, Facebook pays more than it pays in most African countries in Kenya, just for using your Facebook. On another day when they invite me, I'll show you what I make and what other accounts make that I manage. Twitter has started paying for using Twitter. In fact, from May this year, Twitter has paid very serious money to Kenyan creators. TikTok is still on peer-to-peer payments, but very soon we're also going to engage them. There's a guy who runs them from South Africa, and we are going to engage them to start monetizing like they do in other countries. I will need to teach you just one thing, that you go Google until when these meetings are organized. Let me mention to you what Twitter paid me last, because I'm waiting for December. The last one I was paid was November. Twitter paid me 1.1 million shillings. So it is possible to make money and make a living from social media. And by the way, my last tweet I think was before Christmas. It is not how much you tweet. It is not what you tweet. Okay, it's about what you tweet and also about how you do it. So now, if you spend the rest of your time on social media, on what we call negative algorithm, you will get very many views, but very little pay. If you spend a lot of it on positive algorithm, even if you don't get much views, you're going to get higher pay. Negative algorithm is good when you are looking for followers and views. Kukua celeb. But positive algorithm is good when you want to pay some fukoni. The choice is yours. Where do you want to be? The other thing you need to understand, the more you do negative social media, the more brands don't want to associate with you. What you have watched here is a very positive movie. And that will be my last point. probably what we need to invest in, and I've heard what they have said, is for us to consume our own content. As opposed to us just looking at Netflix. What about starting our own Netflix as a country? Why not? Where we put our movies and people buy them from there. So maybe it's something we need to talk about and also push more about.
Now, I've used this platform because this is a platform for young people. And please, we have given police 24 hours to produce Billy Mwangi, save and sound. Because when one of us is armed, the rest of the people are also armed. So, tafadhali, Dennis, you know the game very well because you have gone through this. And I want to advise leaders, because myself, I also get a lot of issues in social media. I just want to quote when the former president found it intolerable to look at the social media. He left social media. Alitoka akafunga hizo account zake zote. Kama kiongozi yote anasikia kwa social media imemlemea, funga hiyo account, hakuna mtu atajua wewe wataka social media. Because I believe that hii maneno, kama wewe, vijana wengi wameenda university. Mimi nilikuwa university. What I was doing, my mother and father didn't know. If I got into the wrong issues, niingie pale nianze kuongea baya, wazazi wafai kuumia kupoteza mtoto wao. They should be able to have their kid. If he is arrested, wataenda kotini, watafute wakili, watete hiyo maneno. But I also want to caution young people to be very cautious on the use of social media. Because I know very well that the pressure, the issues that come around social media are also issues that can be very toxic. So I also condemn the issue of using social media to even fight, to even do all these other things. I want to take this platform to say that while we are condemning femicide, because this is a vice that we have to condemn critically, I also want to take this opportunity to condemn the abduction of our young people because of social media. Today, as we are here, Dennis, a young man by the name Billy Mwangi, we don't know where he is. His parents don't know where they are. Don't know where he is. Billy is a young man of 24 years. From the history I've been told by the father, he is a brilliant young man that schooled here in Lyons, then went to Birori High School, and he went to the university. I just want to call upon the government. I have listened to the president, I have listened to the DCI, I've listened to the police, NPS, National Police Service. We will not accept an answer that abduction can happen and we don't get an answer. We will not accept that. I will not accept that. The government knows where that young man is. And tafadhali, because I also want to condemn issues of using social media in a bad way. But there is the rule of law. When you make a mistake, you have to be taken to court and you have to be charged. But you cannot be abducted. You cannot be abducted. You know, I'm saying this because Dennis also has gone through this. I have walked with him the journey of abduction. And I remember at one point when we were at some police station in Parklands asking where Dennis is, we put a lot of pressure until we found Dennis. Please, we have to get Billy Mwangi alive and unharmed, because that is the minimum we can get. He is a young man. Today we are talking of Billy Mwangi. Tomorrow we might talk of Gitonga Mkunji. Tomorrow we might talk of Mkunji. Tomorrow we might talk about another person. And I want to say this. Anybody with a kid knows the pain of just bringing up a young man, then he gets lost. Even the president himself has sons and daughters. Let's walk. These guys, I would rather even they are taken to NYS for cha nguvu kama wamekosea serikali. Lakini while we are condemning the use of social media in a bad way, we have to ensure we feel safe in this country, and we cannot have these young people disappearing the way they are disappearing.
And what are the standards? Even when Ken was sourcing the laptop from Nairobi, we were somehow troubled because we had tried like 4 laptops and all of them zilikuwa zinakataa. But people came with options, as a lower quality kidogo, at least it changed to 80. That answer that question. We are not yet there, but this team did something nice, which showed some quality that
we were saying is what in film we call zero budget. Yani hatukuwa na do. Unapigiana simu, tunahitaji kamera, mnapigia msee anawaambia, "Manzi siwezi wapatia kamera." But mkigojea mnasukuma. So I would say the teamwork was stronger than the finance. Mimi nilianza kuact 2014, sijaanza kitambo. But up to this day, tukiact kitambo hapo tulikuwa tunapewa lunch time, mandazi na smoky mwitu na hizo vitu unasikia. Even as we grow, even as we look to the next step, we still have people within the community who feel as you tell your story, I want to be part of it, even as a cast and as a production. Because at least saizi tunaweza lipa Winter Villa, and we want to take a reason cast zote ametujenga, and they have been so receptive of us. And as we leave this place, at least we will be able to kulipa Airbnbs we had to hire, the night shoots we had to occupy people's homes and just have them outside. And I would say thank you.
Thank you, Jipizo. Kiongea story ya madeni, nilikuwa na event last week, I know. Hey.
Hello guys, I'm Jipizo. I'll improve on that particular film, The Birthday Girl. Second, as Emu film creative industry.
You know, the acting, it's not an easy thing. As an artist myself, know it. That was a good job. Now, Ken, tumeongea mambo ya pesa ni nini, financing of the films and everything. Well, we don't have to wait for you to give us
media. So this is how we do it. For example, like Wintervilla, tumepartner na Wintervilla to produce this film. That's why umeona ile scene ya proposal to
maswali tatu za teketeke to this team. We have the first question here. Okay.
God is good all the time. I want to ask
What has inspired you to tell this kind of a story? What is the inspiration? What were you trying to tell us?
I think
tunaanza kuchomoleana visu na what not. Hiyo yote ishindwe. Director, the night shoot imefanywa usiku. What are the implications za kuifanya usiku? Number 1, budget wise. Number 2, what were you trying to the way you told that story?
We'll talk about it.
Ukipata countries kama America, we believe CIA, FBI are the best. Why? Because of their movies.